Hey, Bubba. Well, I got to start with your message on the whiteboard there to your mother after the pick, getting the turnover. What did that mean to you on your mother's birthday to be able to come up with a big turnover chain moment and then do that?
It means a lot, it's her birthday today. Last year against Florida State, I actually, my interception, I broke my leg. So coming out this week and, getting that turnover chain and just making plays, it made me happy. And also made her happy. So shout out to my mom.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to Manny Navarro from the Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, I know you texted Manny last week after the game saying you thought you could have played better. Do you feel that way after tonight? I mean, you had a bunch of tackles, a sack, you had the pass breakup that led to a pick and a pick yourself. I mean, was this as good a game as you've had before?
There's definitely more I can improve on. I have like 4 tackles. We got to clean up on that, but definitely, I came out to play hard, play fast, did my assignments. Things come your way, so you got to get back in the playbook. Come back next week and keep working.
And then just the challenge of facing Clemson, the number 1 ranked team in the country in a couple of weeks. Trevor Lawrence, everybody talks about him being the best quarterback in the country. Just that challenge as a defense, what you're looking forward to.
I'm up for the always. I think our defense can, play with anybody. I think we honestly have the best defense right now. And the only time to tell is what we're going to do and what the outcome is going to be. So, I got my boys over anybody. I'm not really worried about that.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Bubba, our last question for you comes from David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba. You've now been in a couple of these Florida State games. I'm sure, started to gather what this rivalry means. It's 4 in a row now, one of the biggest margins of victory ever. Just what does that all mean for this program and in this rivalry game?
We started at the beginning of the week the same. We got to execute on all sides, all aspects of the game. And I think we did that. And obviously, see what happens. Better team's going to win. And more to say to that.
Hey, Quincy, can you talk about the relentlessness of the defensive front, especially, there were a couple series there where there was one where you guys had 4 sacks, I think, in one defensive series. And then also to follow up after that, what do you think of, after facing Louisville, facing Florida State, those 2 big back-to-back games, after a bye, you're going to have an even bigger game against Clemson after that?
I think that's big. Can you hear me, fine?
Yep.
That's big. I think any game starts up front. Any game starts in the trenches, both the O-line and the D-line. So, it's just great to play with these guys. We had a good game, dominated up front. And we need more of that. So I'm proud of these guys. We can enjoy it tonight.
Awesome. Next, we're going to go to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Quincy, you guys obviously shut them down, only allowed 10 points, but they scored on the opening drive of both halves. I'm curious, what it was that was working for them on those opening drives from your perspective, and then what did you guys change, after that to have success?
That's a credit to their coaches. Credit to them coming out with a great scheme, great plays drawn up. That happens, first drive was scripted. But we kept our boys. We didn't get flustered. We came back out, made the necessary adjustment to stop.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Quincy. You guys totally dominated. 6 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, 3 picks. And some guys got also kicked out of the game. When Jalen did that celebration kind of running downfield, was it worth it? Did it spark you guys up?
That's one of the things I love about Jalen. He plays with so much intensity. He brings so much energy to the sideline. But you kind of got to be smart a little bit. It's not something that he needs to beat himself up about. He can just correct the mistake. He can learn from it and just move on.
No, but that's got to feel kind of good sometimes, right?
That's one of the things I love the most about him. His intensity, his passion. The guys really feed off that.
Okay. All right, the last question for Quincy comes from David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey Quincy, just curious what you thought of your first time in this rivalry game, and obviously you got to be part of a historic one in terms of the sort of beatdown it was.
Definitely, I definitely felt it, and it felt great, man. It just felt great to be out there playing and competing with these guys. I feel like we've got better every week this season, and I'm just excited to see us keep improving. We got to keep working hard on practice and keep improving so we can achieve our goals for the season.
Hey, Zach, first, the way the defense played overall tonight, also for you to get a sack, especially after, coming back for this season, what it all meant to you, to get a big win against Florida State. And then I also want to look ahead after the bye, your thoughts on facing Clemson after the bye week.
I don't know if we need to be able to come out here and play these guys. I think we really meant more to see the young guys, the freshmen on the team, come out here and compete and do the things they've been coached to do. It just went for them. They just start off with Florida State. I think I was the only person in my room who lost to Florida State. So that. But as far as the bye week and getting ready for Clemson, there's so much as good as the game turned out, we can't be result oriented. There's so much that we need to improve on. I don't know about offense, defense especially. There's so many things we need to tie up and get clean. So we'll celebrate this victory when we need to, and move right on and get back to the run.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to have Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Zach, you could probably answer this question better than anybody else on the team since you've been here for 5 years and seen the ups and downs with this program. You were part of a team that was 10-0. You remember what that felt like. And then you were also part of a team that would win a few of these big games and look really good, and then in a couple weeks later show up and not play their best. How do you guys sort of navigate that so that this thing keeps going in the right direction?
It's just keeping the pressure in everybody's head, and especially watching the games today. Anybody in college football can win any day. So we can't think that okay, we have a better record, we're ranked, this and that. None of that stuff matters. It can't be important to you. Until after the season, everything's finalized. You can say, we were this and we were that, but then even then it's time to the next mission. So just keeping it in everybody's head that nobody is so good that they can't be beat. It might not get beat, but it's possible. So keep that in our minds.
What do you think makes this team different? If I could ask, just than maybe the last couple of years that would let that success get to their head and maybe not play the best?
Yeah, leadership guys in previous years. We had leadership already established, so it was hard for some of those voices to come up and say things that they have in their mind. I also think through this all season and through some of these guys have been getting more wise, a lot more knowledge about the game and how these things go, and really they're not so stubborn and not willing to listen to things like, because no coaching staff is going to tell you don't be prepared for this or that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's being told the same thing. So that's the players that just have more maturity.
Thanks.
All right, our last question for Zach comes from David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey Zach, kind of following up on that, just so often you kind of look to the quarterback as the difference in the leader and all that. De'Eric, how much do you think he has to do with just the different attitude or whatever the word is around this team this year?
He moves. He's a really high-spirited guy. Jokes, he's real likable. He's somebody, he's like exactly what you want from really anybody on the team, especially the quarterback. And so it's great to have somebody that we all want to follow. His work ethic, he's second to none. And he's not ashamed to kind of put himself in a lower position and help somebody else out. He's just an all-around great person. I'm happy to have him as a leader of this team.